Hello people of the internet. So today I am going to look at these. These are the Shuttle Art Ultra Fine Permanent Markers. Now I got these sometime this year. I'm not sure I even included them in a haul. What I have behind me is a one of them, what are they called? They're from IKEA, the boxes, the soft side boxes that go in Kallaxes, and in it I've got all the things that I haven't swatched yet, and I'm going through it and swatching the things and trying them out. And these, I bought these, I believe, at the same time or just after that I bought these, which are these are the Staedtler permanent double-sided markers. So these are not the water-based ones that come in the set of 120. This is the permanent ones, the alcohol-based ones that come in a set of 36. Is that right? Yeah, 36. They're not Tooly art. This is just a case that I keep them in. And I also, what it was at the time, I was trying to find some nice ultra fine point alcohol pens for doing mandalas with, because I love doing mandalas and I like ultra fine. And I tried the Sharpies and I tried the Staedtlers and I tried the Bic ultra fine, Bic intensity ultra fine as well, and I did a video about it. And I think around that time someone commented on one of my videos saying, have you tried the Shuttle art ones? Which I hadn't, and so I added them to my basket, Amazon basket back then at the time when I was still in my buying phase, and I bought them when they went down. I can't remember how much they went down to, but you know our Amazon, you know, you add something to your basket and then it drops and then you go, oh, I've got to have it. I did that, and then they came and I had kind of moved on. I kind of found the wasn't the Sharpie, wasn't the Bic, it was the Staedtlers that I liked the best. So I just kind of threw these in the box and hadn't got around to trying them or swatching them or using them or comparing them or any of those things. So that's what I'm going to do now. So let's have a quick look at what you get first of all. You get them in a nice case, which is very nice, and you get 30 pens, and I have put them in this colour order because I always like starting with yellow, orange, red, pink, purple. I haven't swatched them, by the way. This is the order based on the colour of the caps. And then I always do blue, greeny blue, green, brown, black, grey, grey, black. So let's have a look at one of them. They are, so they say on them, all purposes, a pen for writing and marking on almost all surfaces, Shuttle art, permanent marker, ultra fine point, UV resistant, waterproof, conforms to AST, blah, 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 www.shuttleart.com. Okay. And the point of these pens is, let's see if we can get a nice close up. Yeah, there it is, a very ultra fine point. And if we compare that to a Sharpie, in fact, let's get a blue Sharpie. Oh, I can't get the Sharpie lids off. Oh, it's very similar. It's the same, it looks like the same casing, doesn't it? So the grey one on the right hand side, the grey one is the Sharpie and the white one is the Shuttle art. Ooh. Okay, so I should get a Bic intensity as well, shouldn't I? Oh, these lids, is that white lid? No. Is it? It is. Oh, they're so tight, the Sharpie lids. Really, really tight. Okay, let me get a Bic intensity. Okay, I have a Bic intensity, which is also Tipsy Blue, which is also the ultra fine point. And let's have a look at that end. So it's a different casing. We won't bother comparing it to the Sharpie because the Sharpie and the Shuttle art were the same. So they've got a similar, very, very fine tip, but different casing. The Shuttle art one sticks out, you know, the colour bit, the bit you colour with, write with, it sticks out a little bit more than the Bic intensity. Okay, so let's leave that one here for comparison. Oh, and I suppose we might as well very quickly compare it to the Staedtler fine end. Now these are very different. So the Staedtler fine tips are very different. They're the plastic hard nibs as opposed to the kind of hard fibre tip that sticks out the top. So that the Sharpie has. The Staedtler ones, which are the black ones here in my hand, are more like a fine nibbed paint pen nib. Okay. So let us play. Put that back in there. Move all my Sharpies out the way. And put these here. And I have, as usual, got a swatch sheet. Huzzah! For the the 30 Shuttle Art permanent markers, ultra fine. Or the shirty permanent markers, as we'll call them from now on. Now they don't have colour numbers, so I have just put them in, just getting a bit of squidge as usual, so that we can, you know, have a little bit of softness behind it. Get the pens here, and I'm just going to do them in this order, so 1, 2, 3, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so here we go. Let's zoom you in a bit. You're way too far up. Eee. Okay, now you've got a chance of seeing. Okay. Ooh. This pen feels like it's got no ink in it at all. Feels like it's just about run dry. Let me just compare that to the Sharpie. Yeah, Sharpie feels much. It's got much more juice in a Sharpie. It might just be this pen. Bearing in mind the lids. No, that feels really dry, as though that's got no ink in it. Okay, on to number 2, which is the orange. They feel really dry. It feels like if I did 3 passes of this, that it would run out. I mean, it's still going, but I'm not optimistic for that to last forever. That was the orange one. This is a light red one. Okay, this one feels a bit better. Feels as though it's got a little bit more oomph to it. I can do 3 passes of each one actually. I don't know how boring that is for you guys. I just want to make sure that, you know, because you do a one swatch and, you know, the next time you actually get them out to colour with, they're going to run out. I want to kind of give a representation view. Well, this one's much juicier. You can feel it's got more in it. Okay, next one is a pink one. Oh, and this one feels really, really dry. The cap on this one is really bright pink as well. This is another one that feels like it wouldn't last. Yeah, feels dry, dry, dry. Another pink one. This one looks like it'd be fluorescent pink. Oh, again, dry. In fact, I don't think it's even going to manage to get through to do the 3rd pass. They're very similar colours, those two. This one is got more of a magenta lid. It's a little bit more juicy. Not as juicy as that red one. Definitely juicier than the 2 dry pink ones. Interesting. This one, actually this one looks brown. Maybe I thought it looked burgundy in the light that I did it at the time. I was going to say this one feels juicy. It's like a dark purple colour actually. but it feels really dry as you're sort of finishing off. It's, you know when a pen's running out and you can cut. Oh, it looks really purple on camera. I guess it is actually. It looks really purple in real life as well. The colour of the cat does not look like that at all. I would have put that with browns. Oh, this one is dying. Yeah. These have probably been in Amazon's warehouse for so long. Who knows? I mean, I'm guessing they're not kept, you know, in some kind of heated greenhouse type. Oh, look at this one. It's got no ink in it at all. Awful. I think I might swatch the rest. I don't know. I'm going to swatch the rest. I was going to say I'll swatch the rest without you, but there's not a lot of point in you watching me use pens that are, this is this one by the way, that are truly dead. Going for this one, which looks like a deep purple. Yay, this one's got some ink in it. I was going to do a bit more comparison with these and, you know, compare them in a colouring book, fine line wise, but there's no point. These pens are not good. Okay, this is a sort of indigo blue one. It has a little bit more oomph to it than the ones that were. It must be, I mean, it can't be the way they're stored, because otherwise they'd all be dried out, wouldn't they? We've got a lighter blue coming, more of an ultramarine. Oops. It's quite a nice blue. Got a bit more juice in this as well. Wow. And then you feel it giving up. It goes creaks, and you can feel like you really are. I don't know. Maybe if you went a bit slower with that one, it might keep up. Okay, this is like a sky blue, and it is dry as a bone. Okay, let's go to the other side. Ooh, how exciting. So let's just turn it around. 16. This looks like a dark green one. Dry, dry, dry. You couldn't colour with these. I tried to slow down a little bit then and I got a little bit more out of it. But they just feel like they're on their last legs. Turquoisey blue, like a tealy blue. Oh dear. What a shame. That's such a nice colour. No, I tried to slow down and it just, nothing came out. Nope. Next one is the start of the sort of like dark mint green, I suppose. Again. Got a bit of life in it, but you could not use that to any great. You couldn't use it for colouring. Okay, this one's like a nice foresty green. Well, maybe. Oh, it's got some juice in it. It's alright, that one. So far we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 19 that I've got a bit of juice in them. This is 20. This is a very dark green, like a forest green, pine green, which is not too bad. This one, it doesn't feel too dry. Next we've got a nice I don't know what that colour is. Is that like an olive green, grass green? And it feels like it's going to die before I get to the end of the third line. It made it, but only just. Next one is a really yellowy green. And it doesn't have any ink in it at all. Okay, it has a tiny bit of ink in it. It's run out. This one is like a, I don't know, burnt umber, olive brown. If I hadn't opened the polythene on these this morning, I would have thought that these were a really old set. And the only reason why I took the polythene off was so because the glare of the light. That one wasn't too bad. It's a bit dry, but it's not as dry as some of the others. We're going into a nice sort of light brown, oak brown maybe. Who knows? Terracotta brown, could be anything. Never really know now. Because it's dead. We're going into this one, which I would call a mahogany brown. Not too bad, not as dry. I mean, to be honest, it feels dry, but compared to others that we've had, like the one above it, it's not as dry as that. But it is still not something that have any longevity to it. This one is a really deep brown, nice dark brown. Oh, this one actually feels like it's got some go in it. You can see you can do it nicely. That's not bad, that one. Not bad at all. I'm getting excited about 7 out of 10 pens that actually work. This one is the black one. Is it black? No, really, really dark brown. Like a walnut brown. Again, you can feel like it's not gonna last very long. We have a light grey. Do I recommend these Shuttle art pens? No, I do not. Obviously now I've tried the Sharpies, the big intensities, and the Staedtler, which are a totally different type of pen. I love the Staedtler for fine details. I don't mind the Sharpies, they are nice for fine details, but they smell. So these don't smell bad at all actually. It's probably because they've got no ink in them. There's nothing to smell. This was the, yeah, that was just about to not survive. And finally the black. The one that always has the most pigment in it. And compared to all the others, it does. Doesn't feel too bad. Doesn't feel really, you know, like it's going to last a long time. Feels like it's going to run out fairly soon. Okay, so let's just make a note there so we remember that that one with the bright colour was a Sharpie. I just wrote Sharpie up there. Okay, so let's zoom out and have a look at the full picture here. So out of the 30 pens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 50% of them didn't really work very well at all. So do I recommend this beautiful set in the cheap plastic case of Sharpie pens? No, I really don't. They may well be. There's 30 of them. I think they're somewhere between, you know, 20. I mean, they're linked down below if you're interested. Go and have a look at the price. I think they're about £20. I wouldn't buy them. I would not buy them. The Stedler ones that I use and recommend are, I think, about £15 for 36, which is why I kind of like them ones. And obviously Sharpies are, I don't know, you can pick up a 20 pack for £15. So they're not cheap. These are not cheap. It's not like these are a tenner for 30 pence. They are, you know, not worth the money. I do not recommend. Anyway, that's just my opinion. You might... Oh, look, a big stack of colouring books in the corner there. Didn't even notice. That's just my opinion. You might not agree. But thanks, as always, for watching. And take care, everyone. Bye!